To start off this shopping spree, I went to Princess Auto because there's a bunch of things that were on sale, starting with 4.5-inch angle grinder diamond blades. The set of 3 was $10. They can always become useful at some point. This 4-piece set of power drill brushes, so different sizes and shapes, anywhere that you would need a scrub brush, but it's probably going to be easier in a drill instead of doing the hard labor. Like if you have a stain on a driveway or some concrete steps or something you need to clean off, why not make life easier? $8. A couple of rough cut 6.5-inch circular saw blades because they were $5 each. And I recently got a battery powered circular saw that takes this size, so I thought I should have some spares. One of these magnetizer, demagnetizer things, it was I think $2.99. I've never had one of these. So these header pins are attracted to magnetic things. So if I make sure this is magnetized, it'll pick that up. And if I run this through the demagnetize area, it is somewhat slightly magnetic. It can tilt the pins, but I can't pick this up anymore. I got a set of 4 caster wheels. I'm going to be making a shelf thing that I want to be able to move around. These were originally $4 something each, and they were on sale for I think $2.50 each. So 2 of them swivel and 2 of them are just fixed. So if these go in the back and then the swivel ones go in the front, since they don't have locking mechanisms, at least I can help prevent them from just rolling in any direction by having one direction only, that it can freely move. And some more drill attachment type stuff. I got 2 of these. They were only a couple of dollars each. 14 pieces of 1/4-inch SAE and metric, somewhat standard sizes, so nut drivers that you can put on a drill. I figure if I have 2 of these, I can keep them in different places, different toolboxes, have them accessible. And just a little general adapter set, 4-piece socket adapter, quick release bit holder. So again, you put this in a drill and you've got the ability to have some sockets on here. Then from AliExpress, I did the rest of the shopping. There's 5 of these modules. These are 12-bit DAX I2C interface, MCP 4725. So the reason I bought these modules, I guess I can test them on a breadboard before committing them to a design, but on AliExpress, buying the entire module was cheaper than the separate chips. So when I'm ready to use these on a PCB, I'm just going to take the chips off of here and transplant them. These run from, I think, 2.7 volts to 5.5, so I can use them in either a 3.3 or a 5-volt system, and the output is supposed to be rail-to-rail, so I should be able to go from ground to VCC, generating an output voltage that I set over I2C. And what I'm going to try to do is generate a slow-moving or low-frequency waveform generator. So I would have a microcontroller sending out the data to ramp the voltage up and ramp it back down in whatever pattern, whether I use a data table and generate a specific waveform or something like that. So that'll be a project hopefully coming soon. This rattling one, I think I know what it is. I think I had to buy this on Amazon because it was cheaper. And the reason I wanted these little enclosures, they're about the right size for these smaller guitar effect pedals. I've got enclosures of now 3 different sizes, so depending if I have a simple circuit, I can use the smallest box and just do what I need to do to make an effect circuit. So I just wanted these on hand, and I have a couple of packages that I believe are related. These should both be 74HC157 surface mount and through hole. And those are the chips in the TurboGrafx 16 control pad, where there's 4 data output pins, and then there's 2 groups of 4 input signals. So the TurboGrafx controller has 8 buttons, 4 go on one bank, 4 go on another bank. Then TurboGrafx will control which bank of 4 gets sent out at a time on the one 4-bit output bus. And TurboGrafx reads in all the control buttons. So this is where I recently was trying to create a TurboGrafx controller using separate chips because I didn't have these yet. Now I can try to put these to use on a breadboard and test out an attempt at eventually trying to control TurboGrafx over a Bluetooth controller, but doing some experimenting first. And if I decide to make a surface mount final project, I'll be ready for that. And in line with video game experimenting, I'll just try to take out some of everything here. So these are potentiometer joysticks. So these modules are ready for breadboard experimenting, and they have a push button as well. And they come with these joystick tops. So you can just hook this up and have access to the button and vertical and horizontal potentiometer control. I'm working, of course, on joystick and controller experimenting in general, so I wanted some of these. And if I decide I'm ready, I bought some separate joystick modules with the button, but these can be PCB mounted. And of course, separately I had to buy the tops. So that goes on, and I can make my own circuit board with some of this stuff. And it was time to do a Mauser order. I started taking off this doxing label. It's part of the tape holding this together. There's probably shipping information, so I'm going to unbox all of this. A bunch of packages in a package. So, as usual, when ordering a bunch of Mauser stuff, there's too much to go through one by one, so I'll just do some highlights. Basically, in order to get the free shipping, I have to order at least $100 worth. I'm just going to take this away and then bring some of it in. First, I got a bunch of different TO220 sized voltage linear regulators. There's LM317 and then the negative regulator LM337, because although you can buy stuff like that on AliExpress, it may turn out to be an NPN transistor or worse. Then I got some random stuff like 7818. I have used one of those recently to make a linear, quieter power supply for some guitar effects. So I thought I'd stock some more. Things like that. A couple of surface mount digital pots, analog devices AD5242. The reason I got this specific pot, I needed a 1 meg pot, and a lot of the options available only go up to 100K. So I found this one. It's a little expensive, depending on exactly which variant. It's maybe available $6 or $7. But it's got to do with this ongoing video game retro joystick stuff. I'm going to try to emulate an analog Atari paddle type control. And as far as I know, they used 1 meg pots. So again, over Bluetooth, I'm hoping to maybe use just these analog sticks to go left and right, and then control the paddle input on the Atari. Similarly, MCP4251, a different family of digital pots. These are 100K. I just wanted to try some different families of parts from the ones I've used up till now. And multiple packages of different ATtiny 0 series, 1 series, and stuff like that. I wanted to try to get some of the larger flash and RAM parts. I've been using a lot of the ATtiny 804 and 1604. So here I have ATtiny 3216, 3224, and 1614. So those will gradually make their way into projects. ADP5071 analog devices switching voltage regulator. I think I saw app notes where you can make a plus and minus voltage rail system. And of course, you need the support components, the capacitors, inductors, Schottky diodes. So I think that's everything I ordered from Mouser. I think that's more than enough stuff to open for now. So I've got some ongoing retro game projects, restocking and getting some inventory of tool parts, enclosures for guitar projects, and some other upcoming stuff and parts restocking. Thanks to supporters of the channel for helping make all this possible.